and welcome to this 30-minute yoga stretch class with me, Kelly. It's going to be a nice and gentle stretch today. We're going to really work into the hips and a little bit into strengthening and stretching out the back as well. So you're going to come to a cross-legged position, but I want you to take the awkward leg in front. So if you just come sit naturally, then swap the legs over the opposite way. And then bring the hands onto the knees and we're going to close the eyes. From here, taking nice, big, deep inhales down into the base of the belly. And as you breathe, allowing the body to soften and relax. We're just allowing the external world to fade away and bringing our attention and our awareness to our internal world. As you breathe, allowing the breath to reach down into the very bottom of the lungs, the front, the side, and the back of the lungs. So feeling that rib cage rise and expand as you breathe in, and then notice how it drops down as you exhale. And then take a big, deep inhale here. Open the mouth, sighing it out. And again, a big, deep inhale. And a big exhale. Good, just gently dropping the chin down to the chest. From here, extending it up, chin up to the sky. And back to center, making sure that you're keeping that belly button drawn in towards the spine, taking the right hand to the floor, left hand reaching up and over and extending as far as you can. So you use that right hand to push and support yourself as you push into the ground, and the top arm is reaching up and over so that you're feeling that extension and stretch from the waistband all the way through up to the arm pit. And then you can turn your head up to the sky. And swapping sides. Making sure that the sitting bones are staying rooted into the floor. Extending that top arm, reaching up and over. And back into center. Sliding the hands away, dropping the head down towards the floor. Slowly bringing it back up. Take the hands behind you onto the fingertips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Head reaches up. And back to center. Bring the left arm across the body. Right arm is gently pulling on that forearm. Then just relax the left shoulder down. Keep that belly button drawn into the spine. And then slowly turn over the left shoulder, the right shoulder. Gently release, swapping sides. Pulling that left arm, pulling it gently back, across the forearm of the right arm. And then slowly turn the head to the left. Gently release. We're going to take the hands behind us, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You can bring the head up for an inhale, exhale, drop the chin. Gently release. Extending the legs wide, toes are reaching up towards the sky. I want you to extend the arms in front of you and reach forward. Very slowly, we're going to start with some clockwise motions going forwards and backwards so that you're stretching into the groin, but also reaching and stretching through the back as well. So nice and controlled as you take these circular motions, and make sure to engage your core as you squeeze back. We're going to swap sides and going anti-clockwise now. Nice and controlled. See if you can sweep past the toes as you move. Good, and we will bring it back to center. From here, I'm just going to turn sideways. Extend the arms and the legs so the fingers and toes are pointing up to the sky. Then point, then up, then point, then up, then point. Bring them up. Turn the outer edges in towards each other. So the little fingers and the little toes are trying to reach each other. And then the big toes and the thumbs. And again, so you should feel this stretch down the side of the legs and also into the shoulders here. One more time. And release. From here, inhale the arms up. Exhale, gentle forward fold, reaching towards the toes. Relax the head. Not a big deep stretch here because we're not too warmed up, but we're just taking a gentle forward fold. And slowly release the body up. Crossing the ankles, coming onto your hands and knees. Taking a cat-cow here. So inhale, lift the head up, arch the back. Squeeze and draw the shoulder blades down the back here. Chin comes to chest, round the back. Push those hands into the mat. And again, inhale, bring the head up, squeeze, draw the shoulder blades back down. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back. And one more time, inhale up. Exhale. Coming to center here and just wiggle the spine side to side. You can use the head as well, taking some rotations in the head. Back to center. Taking the hands off the mat so you're wider and a little bit further forward of the shoulders, just a little bit, and start to bend the elbows, wiggling the upper body side to side. Maybe you come up and down to a cat-cow, but close the eyes if you like. Really start to move into the upper body. And gently come back to center. From here, sliding the hands away, so onto the fingertips, drop the forehead down into our puppy here, but keep the elbows off the ground. Reconnect with your breath. And gently rising up. Taking another cat-cow here. Back into center. Tucking the toes, leaning back onto the feet. No, resting onto the, what are they called? The calves. Sorry, and you're stretching out through the arch of the foot here. So you might find this a little bit tight. Mine definitely is. Then slowly push the chest towards the thighs and up to your downward facing dog. From here, taking a little bend in the knees if you want. And then just come to a static downward dog. Squeeze the kneecaps up and the thighs outwards slightly. Heels towards the ground, head pushing towards the thighs. And then create some space in your shoulders. So just allow the shoulders to drop back and down. Good. From here, take a step slowly up behind the hands. Forward fold. You can take a little bend in the knees here as well. So if you want to do one and then the other. Sorry, pardon me. Coming to a static position. Hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Take those hands off the back. Let gravity do the work and let the head relax. Shake that head yes and no. Gently releasing the arms down. Hands come to the floor. Step the left leg back, right leg back, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows lower all the way down to the ground. Arms come out into a T shape, bending the left knee up. Take that behind you. Plant the foot onto the floor. And allow your chest to open and the shoulder on the right side. If you want to go further, you can bend that right knee up as well. But if that's too much, just keep it down. Connect with your breath. And gently back down. Swapping sides. Bend the right knee up. Take that right knee behind you, flat onto the floor, opening up through the left side of the chest here. And breathe. Slowly bringing it back down. From here, pushing up onto your hands and knees. Keep the knees together, coming into child's pose. Relax the head, then bring the arms down by the side of the body. Taking 3 breaths here into the back of the lungs. Rising up onto the knees, coming to your tabletop, push back down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, keeping it up as high as you can. Extend that left heel towards the ground. Make sure that both arms are straight. Slowly sweep that right leg forward in between the hands. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes, arms come up to the sky. Lunging forward into this hip flexor here, arms are reaching up above. Now turn the palms to face either wall so that the thumbs are facing forward. Tuck the toes of the left foot. Slowly bring those arms behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So imagine you've got a block between your hands. Then lift that back knee up. From here, slowly drop the left heel down. Right hand comes on the inside of the right shin. Left arm reaches up to the sky into your triangle. So pushing both feet into the ground in opposite directions. That left arm is reaching up. Try not to hold on to the shin or the floor. Try and have the fingertips just gently touching the floor so that you really work the core. From here, extend the right arm out by the ear. Bring the left arm across the top of the left ear. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring that right hand down and the left hand. Drop that back knee down. Coming back up to your lunge. Hands come down. Tuck the toes of the left foot. Step the right foot back, down dog. Take 2 inhales here. And again. Left leg up to the sky. Reaching up as high as you can. Right heel is reaching towards the ground and both arms are straight. Sweep that left leg forward in between the hands. Drop the back knee and untuck the toes. Bring the chest up, reaching those arms up above. Lunging forward into that left leg so you're stretching out through the right hip flexor. From here, turn the hands to face opposite wall so the thumbs are pointing forward. Now sweep the hands behind you as if you're pushing onto an imaginary block here, squeezing the shoulders back. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift up. From here, slowly allow that right heel to swivel down to the ground. Left hand comes on the inside of the left ankle. Right hand reaches up. Now you're trying to make a straight line from the top arm all the way through the shoulder blades down to the bottom arm. Same thing here. You want to make sure that you're pushing your feet in opposite directions so you've got stability. Then let's bring the left arm by the left ear, the right arm by the right. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Hands are going to come down either side of that left foot. Drop the back knee. Arms come up. Lunge again into that left knee. Hands coming down. Step the left foot back into your down dog. 2 big inhales and exhales. Good. From here, rolling to your high plank. Bend the elbows backwards as you slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes, keeping the hands by the armpits. Squeeze the elbows in. Take an inhale, lift up to cobra. So you're looking towards the top of the mat. The chin is down, the back of the neck is long. Keep those elbows squeezed in and gently lower down. Release and breathe. And again, inhale, lift up. Squeeze those elbows in. Now I want you to see if you can lift the hands off the mat, but keep the chest lifted. Working into the shoulder blades. Push those tops of the feet into the ground. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Lowering down. Make a pillow with your hands. Wiggle your hips side to side. Rising up onto your knees here, taking a child's pose, knees together and breathe. One more breath. Rising up onto the knees, sliding the hands forward again, bend the elbows backwards as you lie back down to the ground. Coming into Sphinx pose. So your arms are at a right angle here. Slide the hands back and down so that you lift the chest up, and again you're activating into the shoulders here. Holding it here for another 2 breaths. Really lift the chest up. Nice and proud. And gently drop the head down. From here, taking the hands in front of you, looking towards the top of the mat. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up and the legs. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Release. Make a pillow with your hands. Wiggle the hips side to side. From here, back into your Sphinx pose. Take the right hand and place it diagonally across the mat so the palm is pointing towards the left hand. From here, bend the left leg in. Take the left hand and grab onto the foot. Now you're going to gently pull it down. If you can, you're going to swivel the hand so that the fingertips are pointing towards the top of the mat. So you should be feeling this stretch through the quad. Now I want you to push your left thigh into the ground to try and counteract the pushing of the foot down towards the thigh. Keep the chest up. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Gently release that back down. Back to your Sphinx pose. Turn the left hand to face the right palm. The right palm hand, sorry. Bending the right knee in. Taking the right hand behind you. Pulling down onto the foot. And again, if you can swivel the fingertips so they face the front of the mat. Don't worry if that's too intense and you can't. I want you to push the right thigh into the mat as you're pushing the hand onto the foot. So you've got a bit of a counter action going on here. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Gently release. We're going to come down so that the head is flat. Just take a moment to wiggle the hips. And then bending the right knee, both legs in, sorry. We're going to take the hands behind us, grabbing onto the feet. Now turn again the hands to see if you can turn the fingertips to point towards the top of the mat. I find it's quite tough, so I can only do it sort of 1.5 sides or one at a time. But I want you just to practice turning those hands forward. Gently release. Grabbing onto the ankles. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Next inhale, lift up. Kick those feet back. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, keep pushing the feet back, 3, 2, and 1. Release those knees, drop the head down and breathe. One more breath. Gently release, pushing up onto the hands and knees here. And let's just take another little cat-cow. And gently coming back to a neutral position here. Tucking the toes, down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips. Gently release back to your down dog. Same thing, left side. Inhale up. Exhale, bend that knee, stack the hips. Bringing it back down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, then slowly place the right foot behind the left foot and swivel the body into your wild thing. Both knees will be a little bit more bent this time than usual because of the way that we went into it. Reach that right hand up and over and come back to down dog. Left leg goes up to the sky, bend the knee. Slowly place that left foot behind the right foot, swivel the feet. Left arm reaches up and over, hips up to the sky into your wild thing. And back to down dog. Pardon me. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale it in between or up to the top of the mat, sorry, as we come into pigeon. Slide that left knee down the back of the mat. Make sure that the right toes are flexed up to the sky. You're in the center line of your mat. From here, bringing it onto the elbows. And if you want to go further here, you can lie down fully, head towards the floor. And if you're finding that this is really tight, put a cushion or a block under your right bum cheek if you feel that you're rolling over to this side because you're trying to compensate. If you're okay, you can release the head. Focusing on your breath. Gently rising up. Plant the hands to the top of the mat, tuck the left toes, sweep that right leg up to the sky, stretching it out. Planting it down to the ground, left leg goes up, bring it to the top of the mat, just gently shimmy that right leg back. Chest up, sorry. Make sure you're in the center of your mat. Then slowly bringing the body down onto the forearms, or if you need to, again, you can put some cushions or blocks under your head here and relax. Focusing on your breath. Gently bringing the body back up. Plant the hands to the top of the mat, sorry, tuck the right toes under, then sweep that left leg up to the sky. Bending the knees here, crossing the ankles, coming onto your bum. Hands are out in front of you, shift the weight onto the sitting bones, extend the knees, and we're going to extend them all the way up, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering all the way to the ground. And release your head. From here, bending the knees up into tabletop, arms up above the head. Extend the left arm, left leg, right arm. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Swap sides. Right leg, left arm. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. From here, gently open the knees, coming into happy baby. Just pulling on the feet, opening up through the hips and the groin. Planting the feet, just so you can touch the fingertips, push the feet into the ground, lifting the hips up into your bridge, rolling onto the shoulders here. Keep squeezing the bum, shift the weight to the right leg, lift the left leg up. Slowly drop it down, swap sides, shift the weight to the left leg. Right leg comes up. Dropping it down, slowly release. Give yourself a nice little hug. Rocking side to side. We're going to roll into our shoulder stand here. So if you want to stay a bit more easy, just bring the feet up. You can always put a cushion under your bum here so that you stay like this. Or if you're going to go all the way up, make sure that you're trying to make your body straight. So the more that you push the weight onto the shoulders, the straighter you can make your body and your legs. There shouldn't be any pain in the neck. And gently drop the toes behind the head. If you can reach the floor, great. You can play around with it there. Maybe you bring the arms down. Slowly take the legs back up and gently bring the body down. From here, feet touch either sides of the mat. Arms are into a T shape and just window wiper those legs slowly from one side to the other. And back to center. Give yourself another little hug, holding onto the knees, rocking side to side. And extend the arms and extend the legs. Nice big stretch, taking a yawn. And then release the arms down by the side. Just get really comfy here. So take the legs and the arms off the mat so you're nice and wide. Palms are facing up to the sky. And let's take 3 big deep inhales as we settle into Shavasana. And slowly start to deepen the breath again. Each breath that you take brings some life, some energy, some movement back to the body. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, maybe moving the head side to side. Taking a stretch or a yawn. draw those knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. And then rolling over to the side. From there, gently pushing up to seated. Doesn't matter which way you're facing, wherever you are, just come to a seated position. Hands together in front of the heart. Just taking a moment to check in with the body and the mind. Just acknowledging how you are feeling today, both mentally and physically. We'll take our final big deep inhale in through the nose. A big exhale through the mouth. And namaste. Thank you very much.